And finally in sport tonight, next month we'll see the curtain drawn on a fixture that's been part of rugby league since the 1920s. City versus Country was a chance for the boys from the bush to give it to the City Slickers. And in tonight's special feature, we take a look back at a match that's almost as old as the game itself.
It might be no way to treat visitors, but the City boys are getting hostile.
1943 and over 30,000 watched City battle Country at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
Now the boys from the bush are beginning to wilt.
The City Country concept spawned in the 1920s to appeal to crowds at the Easter show. It became a key pillar for the game.
20s, 30s, 40s, right up to the end of the 50s. It was a viable way to get chosen into those New South Wales and Australian Test teams.
And fisticuffs.
1975 now, and the passion's still strong. Though while Country continued to churn out talented players, most were lured into Sydney on contracts fuelled by poker machine profits.
With a team full of internationals like Immortals.
Country now relying on players left to ply their trade in the bush.
They could have been farmers or whatever, or people that worked in foundries or whatever in the country, or worked in forestry.
But the rivalry continued, and on this day, the bush prevailed.
And it's Country's ball, and he's over. Yes, it looks like Ballaston.
They really rounded us up and tailed us up.
The ledger shows the Country Firsts teams are overwhelmingly dominated by their City Firsts counterparts, but pride in the jersey was evident with every performance.
I remember sitting there watching it as a kid. It was a dream to play in one of those clashes.
But this dream is now over. The risk of player injury and the busy NRL schedule proving the death knell of City Country. Head office now preferring NRL clubs play the odd match in the bush.
I'd be really disappointed if that didn't happen in the future, if that didn't continue to happen, to have NRL games out in those regional areas, because it's, like talking about growing up in Dubbo, it was everything to us.
I think it's going to be a sad day that we don't see that anymore. I know we don't have the old sort of thing, but I still envisage that we could have just put a couple of country guys in there for experience.
I think it's important that we do remember the contribution that Country Rugby League has made to the City game.
And so the game is all over.
Darren Mara, SBS World News.
Yeah, City versus Country, a lot of history there, end of an era, but that's the way it is in this modern era.
It sure is. Sad to see it go. Thanks very much, Tomo.